Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. All right. Last night's vice presidential debate was a real eye-opener, and we've got a lot to unpack here. It was a clash of ideologies, and as we dive into the details, we'll examine some of the most memorable moments, particularly focusing on Tim Walz and JD Vance and what their performance might mean for the upcoming election. Let's start with Tim Walz. His remarks about having made friends with school shooters sent shockwaves through the audience. It's a topic that hits home for so many, and while it might have been an attempt to show empathy and a desire to understand the underlying issues, it came off as tone-deaf and misguided. The nuance and sensitivity required when addressing such a grave topic were noticeably absent, leading to confusion and frustration. It's not just about making connections, people. It's about recognizing the pain and the loss that so many families have faced. Walz's wording raised eyebrows and left many questioning his ability to navigate such complex issues responsibly. It begs the question, how can we trust a leader who approaches such a serious matter with what seems like a lack of seriousness? This could become a major talking point for the opposition as they seek to frame him as out of touch with the concerns of everyday Americans. Now on to the topic of credibility. Walz claimed he had attended a significant China event, which according to records, he wasn't actually at. This raises some serious questions about his transparency and trustworthiness. In a political climate where integrity matters more than ever, statements like this could come back to haunt the candidate. Voters are looking for leaders who are not only honest, but also able to take accountability for their actions. Missteps like this could alienate potential supporters who might already be skeptical of the establishment. The perception of dishonesty can be a hard hurdle to overcome in the minds of voters, especially those who value integrity above all else. On the other hand, JD Vance shined in this debate. He carried himself with confidence, exuding a presidential aura that was hard to miss. Vance managed to articulate his policies clearly and connect with the audience on a personal level, striking the right balance between passion and professionalism. He didn't just present his ideas, he made them relatable and relevant to everyday Americans. His ability to weave personal experiences into discussion about economic policies gave him an edge, showcasing his understanding of the struggles so many families face today. One moment that really stood out was when Vance addressed the economic challenges facing the nation. He articulated a vision that emphasized the importance of revitalizing American manufacturing, reducing dependence on foreign entities, and fostering local entrepreneurship. This message resonated with many viewers, particularly those in the Rust Belt and other economically challenged regions. Vance's focus on job creation and economic resilience was a powerful reminder of what many Americans want to hear: actionable solutions to our problems. Looking ahead to November, the prospect of a Trump-Vance ticket is certainly gaining traction. Many believe that this combination could provide the kind of leadership needed to restore peace and economic prosperity in our country. Trump's experience, combined with Vance's fresh perspective and connection to the concerns of working-class Americans, could create a powerful dynamic. This duo could potentially attract a broad coalition of voters, including those who feel disillusioned by the current administration's policies. The need for economic stability has never been more pressing. With rising inflation, supply chains, and economic uncertainty, voters are hungry for solutions. A Trump-Vance ticket could bring a return to policies that prioritize American workers and businesses. By focusing on job creation, reducing regulations, and fostering an environment for innovation, they could appeal to a wide range of constituents who want to see tangible improvements in their lives. It's clear that voters are looking for a shift away from the status quo, and this ticket could embody that change. Another important aspect of last night's debate was how each candidate addressed national security. While Walz seemed to lean heavily on rhetoric that appealed to traditional democratic values, Vance took a more nuanced approach. He emphasized the need for a strong military and robust foreign policy that prioritizes American interests without overextending our resources. His points on China and other geopolitical concerns were particularly compelling, as he articulated a clear strategy for how the U.S. would position itself in a rapidly changing world. This kind of foresight and clarity can be incredibly appealing to voters who prioritize national security and want a leader who understands the complexities of global policies. As we wrap up a discussion on the debate, it's clear that the performance of both candidates will resonate in the minds of its voters. Walz's blunders, particularly regarding his controversial comments and questionable credibility, may overshadow his policy positions. Meanwhile, Vance's strong showing could position him as a serious contender for the vice presidency, especially when paired with someone as polarizing yet experienced as Donald Trump. The contrast between the two candidates was stark. Where Walz stumbled, Vance soared, and that difference is likely to influence voters' perception as we move closer to Election Day. The stakes are high as we approach November, and voters will need to consider not just the candidates' platforms, but also their ability to communicate and connect with the American people. After last night's debate, it's evident that JD Vance is a candidate to watch, and if the Republican Party wants to reclaim the White House, a Trump-Vance ticket could be the key to unlocking the potential for a prosperous future. In conclusion, the vice president debate has set the stage for an intense election season, with Walz struggling to articulate his vision and Vance stepping up to the plate as a dynamic force. The narrative is beginning to shape itself. The focus now turns on how both candidates will adjust their strategies in the upcoming weeks. Will Walz work to repair the damage from his comments and bolster his credibility? And will Vance continue to build on the momentum he gained last night? These are questions that will be crucial in the final stretch of this campaign. So as we wrap up this episode, let's reflect on what we've discussed. The vice president debate last night was more than just a clash of personalities. It was a pivotal moment that highlighted the stark differences between the two candidates and their vision for this country. JD Vance's strong performance showcased a leader who understands the pressing issues Americans are facing today. Issues of economic instability, national security, and restoring a sense of normalcy and sanity to our political landscape. In contrast, Tim Walz's missteps, whether it was his tone-deaf comments about school shooters or the questionable credibility surrounding his attendance at key events, paint a picture of a candidate struggling to connect with the everyday people he seeks to represent. As we approach November, it's clearer than ever that voters are yearning for authenticity, competence, and return to common sense. That's why a Trump-Vance ticket is not just appealing, it's essential. Together, they embody a promise to restore sanity to our government and prioritize the needs of us, American families. Trump's experience and bold vision, paired with Vance's fresh perspective on things and grassroots appeal, offers a powerful combination capable of uniting the Republican base and reaching across the aisle to disillusioned voters. If we want to reclaim our economy, bolster national security, and create a brighter future for our children, it's crucial to rally behind a ticket that understands these challenges and has the courage to tackle them head on. A Trump-Vance partnership can help restore the values of hard work, accountability, and integrity that many feel have been lost in the last 3.5 years. So as we look towards November, let's stand together for a future that prioritizes the well-being of our nation. If you like this episode, share it with your friends and family, engage in conversations about these critical issues, and remember that your voice matters. We need to advocate for leadership that promotes stability and prosperity. Let's make our choice clear. A Trump-Vance ticket is the way to go. Together we could work and move towards restoring sanity and strength to this great nation. So thanks for tuning in to the Brooklynite TV podcast. Again, don't forget to like, share, and smash that subscribe button. And let's continue this important conversation. Until next time, everyone, stay informed and stay engaged. I'm Frank, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you.